again. So I'm happy to bring in Shannon, if she is ready for us, from Blackstone Catering. And an interesting thing that we can talk about as soon as Shannon comes in. Hey!
Hi.
Oh, that's so cute!
Good, how
nice
are
to
you?
see you.
Good to see you
Come
too.
on,
Where should
sit
I put
right
these?
there. Right there, it's perfect.
Okay.
And you're gonna go right over here
Right
for
here.
me.
Perfect.
Look at this.
Yes.
So cute.
You have some treats.
Oh, I love treats. Treats are good. Let's talk about the treats first. Treats are good.
Yeah, so we did something really cute for the summer. This is our little strawberry shortcake parfait, and we serve it in a mason jar just for that little special bride wedding factor.
Sorry, calling dibs.
And this is perfect. As you know, June is tomorrow, so we're
Right.
going into strawberry season in the area where the strawberries are fresh and local and so delicious. We thought that was very fitting for today. We do that a lot for like mini dessert displays at weddings. When people want something a little bit different, it's easy to eat. They can just grab it,
Right.
go back to the
It's
party.
kind of like you walk away with it and just move around as you want to. And this too. What do we
Yeah,
do?
so this one is our shrimp ceviche, which is really light for the upcoming summer season. It's fresh. It's got shrimp that's cured in like acid and lime juice, some jalapeno in there for a little kick, some tomato broth.
Jalapeno?
Yes, yes, a little spicy.
I'm so glad that no one I work with here likes shrimp or strawberry shortcake, so I'm in great shape over there. Oh, man. I thought you were eating the tuna out there. So, all right, first we got to get you some wine. Red or white? What do you feel?
Let's start with white.
All right, so we're going to get you some of the William Hill. Start with the white. You hear that? I love it. Shannon's my kind of girl.
Is that okay?
All right, of course. And I'm going to give myself some of this. All right, so I have to say that we just had Jim Verity in, as you saw, coming, passing each other.
We love him.
That's right. So, and that event that Jim was talking about,
Yep.
you were the caterers.
We were.
Right?
We did a wonderful bat mitzvah. It had like an Alice in Wonderland kind of garden theme,
Right.
and I mean he was, the head of the design and the decor, but we kind of tied in the food. Like we had a sushi station that was shaped in a caterpillar to kind of give that Alice in Wonderland vibe, and little tea sandwiches that were shaped in hearts and diamonds for the Queen of Hearts, and it was awesome. It was really, really fantastic.
See, and that's another point of how in this industry bringing the professionals in, that you can collaborate to do those things. Jim brings in the concept and the design. You guys sit there and say, we've got this. This is the things that we can do to make it happen.
Yeah, we love that. We get excited. We're like, ooh, a theme. Let's go.
Cheers.
Well, cheers.
Thank you for joining
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So Shannon has what I call, and this is what I love about the catering side of it, is that there's nothing wrong with pairing up foods, wines, cocktails, all these summery things to do. So one of the things that I want to ask you, and we're trying to bring together for people more from this knowledge standpoint, is when people call you up, and I know Blackstone gets what we call inquiries all the time, they come in, how do you guys approach people that are calling up? Because a lot of people don't know where to start. Sometimes people don't even know where their budgets are.
They don't.
To begin that, so.
They don't. Well, it's going to depend on the event they call in for. I mean, majority of our business is weddings. So if someone was to call for a wedding, sometimes it's the mom who's so excited for her daughter or son that they're trying to plan, and they don't have a starting point. So we can help them. I mean, we ask, a couple questions to kind of field their inquiry. Have they looked at any venues yet? And that's going to help us get a sense of what they're looking for, what type of event it's going to be, what time of year, the size of the party. Is it a really nice, intimate wedding? Is it going to be this big, 300-person party feel?
And some people have these dreams. Jim was talking about these dreams of grandeur where they want to have these large things, and we have to bring them back down to reality.
We do. Sometimes it's a little hard to explain, but we like to educate in a nice, kind of realistic manner to the client as well. Give them a sense of the overall budget. We do customize everything, so we kind of give them a starting point to say this is kind of where we'll be at starting for your food, your beverage, your service.
So that's a really good point. I'm glad you brought that up. So the customizing factor is important because a lot of people feel like they go to either certain venues or restaurants and they're automatically locked into something and planning your event. And what Shannon's just talking about now is that you can sit down with her and say, okay, these are the options we have for you, but you can, basically you're saying they can pick from different things and mix and mingle them to customize for their own style, right?
We can, exactly. What we do provide for the clients are some sample menus because again, sometimes they don't have.
Don't even know where to start.
They don't know where to start. They don't even know what they like when they first call. So we have some sample menus. But then we love to jump on the phone conversation with them to get a sense of their likes, or their backgrounds, or their favorite foods, and then we can really customize everything. Again, we don't have package A, B, and C to choose from. We really love to jump on the phone, with you and get a sense of what you're looking for, and play with it. I mean, the best part of a wedding is kind of in putting your personality in, your background, your heritage.
Not your mother's personality,
No.
your personality when it comes to a
if you
wedding.
can get the bride on the phone, that's ideal.
It's even better.
That's ideal.
So weddings, like you said, are a specialty for
Yes.
Blackstone Caterers. But you guys have also, I've had you've done corporate events for me.
Oh, yeah.
You've come out and done. So you cover weddings, you cover corporate events, but you guys, the same thing. You can cover anniversaries, birthday parties, the smaller type of things that are out there. From a venue perspective, and again,
Yep.
we talked about you guys just doing the event with Jim from Verity Design. What are some of the venues that you guys work with? I know that there's specific venues that are favorites of yours, but then,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can do someone in someone's backyard,
We
right, as
can.
well?
We love backyard weddings. That's like so intimate, so personal.
Right.
To go to someone's childhood home and have their special day there is really, it's great for us. And what's great about a private home too is they kind of know the ins and outs of
Right.
their venue.
Right.
They know, oh, the sunset during June is perfect over there. Let's face the tent that way. Or there's a little area where we have our fire pit and we're like, oh, let's do a s'mores bar there, or something like that. There's a lot of ins and outs.
The
of
unique
venues.
stuff. That's going back to the art of the unique event. That's the unique aspect. I mean, talk about just looking at these two things and talking about works of art and unique and doing it. What you just said, a s'mores bar in somebody's,
Yeah. Something you
fire
wouldn't
pit
have
that they
thought
have.
about, but if they have this special area of their backyard, you're like, that would be perfect. Or
Right.
if they know when certain, cherry blossoms bloom over in this area of our yard, like, oh, that's beautiful, let's have a ceremony over there. Little
These
ins
are the
and outs
things,
like
these are the
that.
things you got to help think about. So venue-wise, what are some of the venues that you guys work with?
Oh, we have so many. And they all kind of, I kind of like to say, like, very classic Newport ones we go to a lot are, Eisenhower House or Ford Adams, that very, that gives you that history of Newport. Or if you want something a little more urban, we actually work at Providence G. Where are we? Right
Yeah,
there.
right over here.
Yeah, right over
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
We work there a lot, which gives you that more, city vibe. Bristol, we work a lot in Blythewald, Linden Place, Herreshoff Museum.
We're going to Herreshoff Museum
Oh,
tonight.
oh,
Yes.
that's right.
Ilea's event's
Yes.
there tonight, so
Yeah.
I forgot about saying that earlier.
Yep.
The International Live Events Association has their event at the Herreshoff Museum
Yes,
tonight.
we
That's
love
very
it
cool.
there. And of course, the very, classic, Gatsby-esque venues, Rosecliff in Newport is,
Beautiful
is
venue.
gorgeous. That's, a lot of out-of-town brides get married there because they want that old school movie Gatsby
Right.
kind of feeling.
So if someone's calling you, and it seems like I'm kind of asking this question of each of you, so if you get this call from the perspective, you guys could sit down with them and make the recommendations and the thoughts.
Yeah.
A lot of times, I mean, I know from my side of things, I'll get a call and they'll say, okay, I know that I need to do this. I don't know where my options are to do it. I don't know what I want to do or who I need to call from permitting.
Yep.
You guys are kind of also that one-stop shopping, so to speak, to do it. Right?
Definitely, yeah. We love wedding planners. We love designers like
Yep,
Jim.
yep.
But if someone is looking just for, some initial information, some initial guidance, we can definitely help with rentals, with tent, tables, chairs, the overall flow of the event,
Right.
florists. We can do recommendations for florists that we love, photographers we love, videographers, designers.
Yeah.
So we kind of can help them and guide them and kind of make it, we like to say we could try to make it easy for them.
Right.
Because it's supposed to be a really happy time and not a stressful time for them.
So, I've done a lot with Blackstone, like I said, over the years, and these little specialties of things that you guys done are very creative and very unique. Do you find that the people that are approaching you now are looking for that style? They want things that are different. They're not
Oh,
trying to. And Jim brought up earlier about the thing about Pinterest. That, the people are looking at. You look at pictures on Pinterest,
Yep.
and you're like, I want that.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, you get 20 people calling you that say they want that. But I've kind of started to see in the last, I don't know, year to 18 months, where more people are calling and saying, okay, what can we do that's different?
Mhm.
We saw this and we like it.
Yep.
But what can we do that's different? Are you experiencing that as well?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it's very similar even to someone, almost like they go into a wedding dress shop and they want a wedding dress that no one's ever worn before. It's very much like that they want a wedding with their food that no one's ever seen before, and we can do that. I had a wedding a couple of weeks ago with a bride. She's the most adorable thing in the world. She's from New York. She used to grow up going to summers in the New Jersey Shore. So I was like, let's do a New Jersey Shore station for you. Her and her mom freaked out. They thought it was the
That's
cutest
awesome.
thing in the
That's
world.
awesome.
So we had all of her favorite foods that she remembers growing up on the shore, and we turned it into a cocktail station for her, and she, it was perfect. So I've never done that before. So that was a first for me to try out. That's perfect. It has your history,
That's
your
very cool.
childhood, memories in there. I have a Russian groom of a wedding I'm doing in October, and he's like, can we have caviar and blinis? I was like, of course. And maybe some vodka too, but we have that coming up. I'm like, of course
Have a vodka
we can.
station,
Yeah, so I was,
All right.
little things
Hey,
like
there's
that.
nothing wrong with that. See, there you go, vodka
It
station.
was responsible. yeah.
Responsible.
Yes.
Ubers, one of those town cars. All right, so Shannon doesn't have a drink. This, I want to just touch about this. You can have some more of your Shannon.
Okay.
So, in thinking about that from the unique concepts of things, is that in learning about this and looking at it, it's always great to look at the Facebook pages, the websites, the Pinterest, the things that are out there. But to be able to pick the brains of people like Shannon and Jim and Kevin and now Evan that I've coming in, it's essential. There's so many unique things that you can get in that you wouldn't think that you could achieve that these people can physically come in and execute. To create things like this that you love, but okay, you don't want someone walking away with this big piece of strawberry
Yeah.
shortcake that's going to fall off the plate before they even sit at the table. These are awesome. These are things that make an event stand out. And the most important thing, and I know that you guys push this as everyone does, is that it is your special occasion. You're putting all this effort and time to make it happen. You need to walk away enjoying
Yep,
it.
exactly.
From a standpoint of staffing, I mean, you guys have got to the thing, this term I want to use that's out there is live action stations, which can you kind of describe what that is?
Yeah.
Because people have asked me, I know what it is obviously,
Yeah.
but can you describe what a live action station is
Of
for us?
course.
Okay,
It's, so it's basically a stationary display. It can be for cocktail hour or for dinner.
There you go.
And it usually involves a chef attending the station and
Right.
actually doing some of the cooking or the sauteing or the building. It could be a pasta station and he's sauteing pasta. It could be a raw bar and the oyster shucker is shucking the fresh oysters.
Right in front of you. So
right?
this is what, that's where the live
Exactly.
portion is.
Yeah, live action.
Yeah.
So it's actually, and you get to interact too, so you can ask the chef, hey, where'd those oysters come from? And he can give you a little background, or if it's a carving station and he's carving like lamb or tenderloin, you can interact with them and get a sense of, where we got the product from and just, some, like the sauces he's using and the style of cooking. And we can play with it too. We've done everything under the sun, from a prosciutto slicing station to
That's my kind of station. I'd be there for that one.
to like an avocado bar where he's actually making guacamole and adding whatever you want for your toppings in there.
So that goes back to the art and the unique part of it, as well as that question I had. So for the what is a live action station, is what you just described, is that it lends that new personality, I guess, almost to it, where you had that touch. Because one of the things I've done when I go to these stations and I see the people there is that, especially when you think of this concept that there's always these buffets and the things out there, is that I'm asking the chef or the person that's cutting it, okay, well, what would be good with this? What do I have? It's almost like you're asking for that special recommendation.
Exactly.
And they interact with it.
They do.
And it's perfect.
Those-
But pasta stations, obviously I'm a huge fan of pasta, but pasta stations are the most unbelievable thing. A live action station with pasta, to be able to go up and pick, okay, I want this type of pasta, or this meat in there, or this vegetable, all those type of things. And then you walk away with something that you've chose, but it's your own creation
Exactly.
that the chef put together.
Yeah,
for you,
and the
right?
person next to you can have something totally different.
Right.
And we've taken that same concept as pasta and we turned it into like a gourmet mac and cheese bar, or a mashed potato bar, or a
Nothing better than
comfort
gourmet
food
mac and cheese
station.
with bacon.
Oh,
Nothing
yep.
better than that.
Yep.
Oh, love that.
Exactly.
All right, so before we let you go, and these things will be devoured, I promise you. But before we let you go, so I have to ask, you've seen, like you just mentioned the Jersey Shore, you mentioned the Russian theme. Are there themes that you've seen that are coming up, not just from the wedding, but I guess even from a corporate perspective, that are out there that are become more popular, that people are trying to do?
I think this season, and it was a little bit last season too, but you remember how we used to have like the year of the cupcake? Everyone wanted cupcakes for their wedding like 4 or 5 years ago.
Cupcakes and donuts.
Now it's donuts.
It's donuts.
It's crazy, and it's also like breakfast things for dessert. I've heard so many people want donuts, or we do like Belgian waffle bars for dessert, or crepe stations.
I could live with a crepe
Yeah,
station.
it's a lot of people wanting to
Yeah.
put some sort of like dessert in for, or breakfast foods for dessert, and that also can segue into like late night snacks. We do like mini egg breakfast sandwiches.
Oh, I'm going to
Because
starve and leave
yeah,
here.
if you're home and you're drinking, you get home, you're like, what can I eat? Bacon, egg,
Exactly.
and cheese sounds delicious.
That's right.
So we do that a lot too. Food trucks for a pull-up for a late night snack are
Food
fabulous.
trucks.
Blackstone, we have one as of last summer, so we have a food truck
Really?
as well. Yeah, yep.
I didn't think about the food trucks. I go to
Yeah.
the food truck events all the time. I didn't think about that
Yep.
having in a
It's
party.
like a mobile party. You can go
That's
wherever you want.
awesome. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming in and sharing
You're
today.
welcome.
Definitely appreciate it. Blackstone, you can check them out, Blackstone Caterers, but a lot of cool things, and obviously they know the art of unique events. So thank you for coming in
Thank
today.
you.
Sharon.
It was so nice
Really
to
good
see you.
Thank
Mwah.
you very much. All
Bye.
right, you got to take your wine.
Okay, perfect.
And I am going to hide these underneath for now.
Perfect.
Because
All right.
otherwise they'll be gone before I come out there.
Thanks, Rick.
Thank you.